What's going on, guys? Thanks for coming back to another video. Today we're talking about Yo Perreo Sola. Ella perrea sola. Ay, ay, ella perrea sola. Tiene una amiga problemática y otra que casi ni habla, pero las tres son una diabla. Ay, y hoy se puso minifalda. Los Phillies en la Louis Vuitton lo guarda. Ay, y me dice papi, está bien duro como Nati. Borracha loca a ella no le importa. Vamos a perrear, la vida es corta. Ay. So, Yo Perreo Sola is the fifth song in our series of the Gringo's Guide to Bad Bunny's second album, Yo Hago Lo Que Me Da La Gana, where we're going to be talking about every song on the album, looking at the lyrics, understanding how they translate from Spanish into English. If you're interested in learning Spanish, these videos are good for you. Yo Perreo Sola is the fifth song on the album. This is the song, along with Zafayera, that has easily received the most attention on the album. The YouTube video has 327 million views as of now, which makes it the most viewed song and the most viewed video from the album. The video, of course, features Bad Bunny dressed in full drag with prosthetic breasts, chained up, wearing a collar around his neck, so very sexually provocative things, which is one of the reasons why the video has received so much attention. In addition to the song and the meaning behind it, which is kind of one of feminism, empowering women, Bad Bunny sticking up for this woman's right to dance by herself. So the song was produced by Súbelo Neo and Tainy, who we have already looked at in previous songs on the album. We've talked a little bit about them. The song features vocals from Nesi, who is an up-and-coming female Puerto Rican artist. She got her start doing freestyle. Bad Bunny told the story of how he was looking for somebody with the perfect voice for this song. He found Nesi. She agreed to do it. The title of the song is Yo Perreo Sola, which we've talked a little bit about perreo in the last video. Perreo comes from the verb perrear, which means to dance to reggaeton music. It's pretty much like grinding, a couple on the dance floor grinding against each other. Is perreo. Perreo is also a noun. So if you were to think of reggaeton music like it were rock and roll, perreo would be like hard rock or even metal. So it's basically just reggaeton, but the drums are louder, the bass is louder, everything is louder. Pretty much just like a balls to the wall reggaeton. Everybody gets up and dances. That's a perreo. So the title of the song, Yo Perreo Sola, is basically from a woman's perspective because of the word sola. We know a woman is saying this. She's saying, I dance by myself. So the broader meaning of that is kind of, I do my own thing as a woman. I'm not going to be controlled by some guy. I'm not going to let some guy tell me what to do, boss me around. I do my own thing. Yo Perreo Sola. Let's just take a look at some of the lyrics to the song. I don't want the video to go on too long, so we'll just do the intro, the chorus, and maybe just one part from the verse. So the song starts out, Antes tú me pichabas. Antes tú me pichabas. So antes means before or in the past. Tú me pichabas. So there are two verbs that are used for this word. So pichar and pichear. So pichear just adds that E in there. You'll hear the verb conjugated using both forms of the verb. It's a slang word that means to ignore. Pichar, pichear, to ignore is the basic idea. They use this verb all the time in this music. They love conjugating this verb in every tense. Pichar, pichear. So, tú me pichabas pretty much says, you ignored me. Antes tú me pichabas. You used to ignore me. Before, in the past, you were the one ignoring me. Tú me pichabas. You didn't pay attention to me. Ahora yo picheo. Ahora means now. Yo picheo is first person present tense, so it's now I'm the one ignoring, or I'm the one ignoring you. So you ignored me, now I'm ignoring you. Antes tú no querías. Before, again, antes tú no querías. Querías is past tense of querer, to want. So before, you didn't want, or you didn't want me, you didn't want it. Ahora yo no quiero. Now I'm the one who doesn't want it. So it's a contrast between what the guy wanted in the past and now what's happening in the present. So then she says, no, tranqui, yo perreo sola. So tranqui is a shortening of tranquilo, which is a command that means like calm down or chill. So it's saying, no, chill. Yo perreo sola. I'll dance by myself. I don't want you anymore. I'm done with you. I can do this by myself. I'll dance by myself. So that's the chorus, just yo perreo sola, repeated over and over again. The first verse starts off, que ningún baboso se le pegue. So the Spanish is kind of a little tricky here because they're starting the sentence with que. So normally when this is done, you kind of need to think of it as if the very first part that's not even said is something like, in this case it would be no quiere. So the full sentence would be no quiere que ningún baboso se le pegue. So no quiere means she doesn't want. The que is that. So no quiere que, she doesn't want that. You don't really need the that. So it's just saying she doesn't want ningún baboso. Ningún baboso. Baboso comes from bobo, which a bobo is like an idiot or a dumbass. So the ningún kind of means like some. So she doesn't want some dumbass. Se le pegue. So se le pegue comes from pegársele, pegársele, which means pegar means to stick. Pegarse is reflexive, means to stick oneself. Pegársele is to stick oneself to her. So, which pretty much is going to mean like grind on. So she doesn't want some dumbass coming up and grinding on her. That's the first sentence. La disco se prende cuando ella llegue. La disco is la discoteca, which is how you say nightclub. Se prende comes from prenderse, which means to turn on. Like, you could turn on your laptop, prenderse. Se prende is turn itself on. So the nightclub turns itself on. In other words, gets lit. Or in this case, it's actually future tense because of the cuando ella llegue, which is in the subjunctive. So se prende is will be lit. Cuando ella llegue. Cuando is when. Ella is she. Llegue is arrives. So, or better said, when she comes. So the nightclub will be lit when she comes. Okay, the club's going to be lit when she comes. A los hombres los tiene de hobby. Again, the Spanish kind of jarbled up here. So if you're just learning it, this can be tricky. Let's start with tiene. So tiene is she has. So los tiene is she has them. Los tiene de hobby. Hobby is the same word in English. They use that word a lot in Spanish. Hobby, just taken right from English. So she has them. The day is going to be like as. So she has them as a hobby. Now, who is them? The them is being clarified. So at the beginning of the sentence, a los hombres. So whatever comes after a is the clarification of the los. So los hombres is los. Okay, so she has the men. Los hombres is men. So in other words, she has men as a hobby. Los tiene de hobby. Men are her hobby. Okay. Una malcriada como Nairobi. Criada comes from criar, which is to raise. So malcriada is like poorly raised, or like a brat, or like a bad girl. So a bad girl, like Nairobi. Nairobi is the main character in the Netflix show Money Heist, which I haven't seen, but supposedly Nairobi is like a rebel, doesn't listen to authority. So he's comparing this girl to Nairobi. All right. So pretty much his verses just consist of him describing this girl, who he's pretty much saying, like, this girl's gonna do what she wants. She's independent. You're not gonna be able to persuade her. She does her own thing. Ella perrea sola. All right. And the end of the video has a little phrase that comes up that says, si no quiere bailar contigo, respeta. Ella perrea sola. Okay, so si no quiere bailar contigo, if she doesn't want to dance with you, respeta. Respeta comes from respetar, which is the verb to respect. Respeta is a command. Respect, so like show respect. If she doesn't want to dance with you, show some respect. Ella perrea sola. She dances by herself. So that's the song, Yo Perreo Sola. Hope you learned something. If you have any questions, let me know. Come back for the next video, which will be Bichiyal. So thanks for watching. See you next time.